Hello, welcome to the course Python Programming for Beginners. Our current module, what we are discussing is web programming. In our previous two lectures, we discussed about sockets and using the developer console to explore HTTP. Now we will see the next topic in web programming, retrieving and reading web pages. Okay, in this retrieving web pages, how to make HTTP easier by using the following three popularly used libraries. One is HTTP library. The second one is URL library. Then the third one is HTTP requests in Python. By using these three libraries, we can make HTTP easier for retrieving of web pages. Finally, we will see how to read web pages. Let us see one by one library with an example program demonstration. By using the following three libraries, we can make HTTP requests in Python. Let us see one by one library with Python program demonstration. First, HTTP library. For this, the library name is HTTP lib, which is a HTTP protocol client. The HTTP lib module has been renamed to http.client in Python version 3. Earlier, the version 2 to 3 automatically adapt imports when converting our sources to Python 3. This module defines classes which implement the client side of HTTP and HTTPS protocols. It is normally used directly with the module URL lib. Uses it to handle URLs that use HTTP and HTTPS both protocols. The following example program demonstrates how to use HTTP client to make a simple HTTP GET request. Let us see the program. Here first we have to import the package http.client. This is the new name of HTTP lib in the version 3 and above. Currently here I am using the version 3.10.0. Compulsory we have to use http.client only. So first we have to import http.client. Then you have to create an HTTP connection using http.client.https connection. So here whatever the URL you want to retrieve, let us give the sample URL. For example, here I have given www.cbit.ac.in. Let us assume this is one institution name. So like that, first we have to create an HTTP connection using HTTPS connection method. Then you have to send an HTTP request using request method with the object conn whatever we used earlier. So conn dot request. Then you can use the get method followed by the URL. Here by default we have given default path. Earlier whatever you have given in the HTTPS connection, automatically it comes here. Then you have to get the response from the server that can be stored in the object response equal to using the same connection object connection dot using the method get response. Then you have to print the response status code. So using response dot status method. So that can be printed status equal to response dot status. Then you have to read the response data, what it contains using the read method that can be stored in the object data equal to response dot read. Then you have to print the response data in print statement directly you can print response. So print response. So that can be taken from the data object that can be decoded. So data dot decode. Finally, what you have to do, close the connection. Connection dot close. Here you can observe what are the steps for any HTTP protocol. The basic steps are, first we have to create an HTTP connection, then send an HTTP request, then get the response from the server, then print the response status code, then read the response data, then print the response data, finally close the connection. First create connection, then close the connection. These two are common for any HTTP related programs. Then after creating an HTTP connection, we have to send an HTTP request, then get the response from the server, then print the response status code, then read the response data, then print the response data. These are all the other steps in between create and close. So this is the program which shows the usage of HTTP lib. The renamed library is http.client. So whenever you can run this program, let us see lively what is the output we will get here. Okay, open your Python, ideally whatever the version you installed in your system. So here I am opening the version what I installed, that is 3.10.0. Here now I will open that file name. Let us see what is the file name here. In the header you can see this is http client.py. This is the file name. So let us open that file. Okay, can click on open. Already existing file, click on open. So here you can, in the address bar you can search http client.py. Okay, this is the program what we explained just now. Import HTTP client, then create an HTTP connection, send an HTTP request, get the response from the server, then print the response status code, read the response data, print the response data, finally close the connection. This is the program what we explained. So let us run this program and see the output. So you can click on in run menu, click with the run module or click on F5. Here you can see. So here let us see in our program what you are given. So we are printing status here. Status, it takes from response.status. This is the status code. So based on the server response, so whatever that response value that is displayed here. Then what we are doing, okay, now reading the response, then print the response. So response, so data.decode in the decoded format. Here actually 2683 lines are there in the response data. So you want to, this is already squeezed text. You want to expand all these lines. Double click to expand or right click for more option. So now it is showing. So the squeezed output is very long. So 2683 lines and 1,32,067 characters. Expanding it could make ideal slow or unresponsive. So really if you want to expand, it is asking, showing this warning. For example, let us close this. Here you can click right click, then click on view. Now you can see this is the squeezed output viewer. You can maximize this. Now here you can see. So this is the response of that website URL, whatever you have given, www.cbit.ac.in for that, the sample data. So this is actually our HTML code of that particular URL, whatever you have given. So with total 2600 plus lines, 2600 plus lines are included here. So this is the complete web page HTML code. Whatever the web page we have taken sample. So in that web page, all that menus, the sub menus, the pages, everything associated HTML code is displayed here. Okay, that is the output of the program by using HTTP lib with the renamed one in version 3 and above, that is http.client. Okay, this is the output what we have seen. The same here in this we have given the explanation. So whatever the methods used and their purposes. In this example, we created an HTTPS connection object using the server address. The URL is given in this case, cbt.ac. Then we send an HTTP GET request using the request method. Here we specified the path by using slash in this case. Default it takes the previous URL. Then the server responds with an HTTP response, which we retrieve using the get response method. Then we can access various properties of the response, such as the status code, using the method response.status and the response data that can be read using response.read. In our example, we print the status code and decode the response data as a string by using the method decode before printing it. Finally, what we have done, we close the connection using which method? Close method. So these are all the methods included in our previous program, what we demonstrated and their usage. Then coming to the next library used in HTTP request. So that is URL lib, which stands for Uniform Resource Locator Library. So in Python, the URL lib module provides a collection of modules for working with URLs. URLs means that web addresses. One of the commonly used submodule is URL lib.request, like HTTP request. Here it uses URL lib.request, which allows us to make HTTP requests and handle responses. Yeah, let us demonstrate one example program. How to use URL lib.request package to make a simple HTTP GET request. Yeah, this is the program. Okay, first we have to import the package using URL lib.request. Okay, first same you have to make an HTTP GET request using the method URL lib.request.url open. Here you have to use, earlier we used get method, now here you can use URL open. For example, the same URL earlier what we used https :/www.cbt.ac.in. Let us assume you can give your own website, no problem. Any website it works. So then we made HTTP GET request. Then you have to read the response data using response.read that can be stored in the object data. Then you have to print the response data in using print statement. Print response, then the data can be decoded. Print of data.decode. Then finally what you have to do, close the response. So response.close. This is a simple program with 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Okay, but output is same as previous program, that is http dot client package, whatever we demonstrated. Output is same here, but library to library, its purpose, I mean its code is different, but final outcome is same. Here you can see previous program contains more lines. Here this program contains few lines. Here URL open method is used in case of URL lib.request. So let us run this program. Yeah, this file name is URL libex.py. Let us open. We already open our ideally. Okay, previous program output, close it. Then open your another new program. So what is the file name here? URL lib. URL lib ex. This is the program. Yeah, this is the program what we explained just now. Import URL lib dot request. First, we are making an HTTP GET request using URL lib dot request with the same package dot using URL open method. Then read the response data using response dot read. Then print the response data, that is data dot decode. Then close the response using response dot close. Let us run this program. Click on run module. Here you can see. If you want, you can maximize. The previous output also we are seeing, but here you can see this is the latest program. Here you can see the file name URL lib.ex.py. This is the new file name output. Okay, here previous program we printed status, but here we printed just response. The response is same. Why? Because same URL is given. Previous program 2683 lines. The same URL here also we used, so 2683 lines. So if you want to expand this, so right click on, then click on view. Here you can see this is the response of the URL cvat.ac.in. Okay, suppose you want to change the URL. So let us check. For example, here I will change that URL. For example, www. I will give one university website, jntuh.ac.in. If you want, you can give your own institute website. So now I am running this module. Here you can see. Earlier URL, what that URL contains 2683 lines. Now this I changed the URL. Now this URL contains 2532 lines. If you want to view this, right click on it, then click on view. Now you can see. So what is the URL we have given? jntuh.ac.in. So its title, it is displaying Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University. Then that university related all that modules, menus, their corresponding document pages. All that information is displayed here. So the final outcome of this program is to make an HTTP request. So using URL lib.request package. Okay, that is the second package by using URL lib. Yeah, we have some more examples using the same whatever the methods we used in this program. HTTP GET request, URL open, read method, decode method, close method. Here, comparing to previous program to this program, here the new method is URL open. So the URL open function, what it returns? A file like object that represents the response of the given URL. Read, decode, close methods already included in the previous program also, same purpose. So here, one important note you have to remember, the URL lib module provides various other functionalities for working with URLs, such as URL encoding, parsing, and handling errors. This you can remember. Then this is the another example program. Here you can see, just now whatever you mentioned, URL encoding, parsing, and handling errors. So in the package itself, here in addition to URL lib request, we are using other methods, parsing method and error using the URL lib package. So in the import itself, you can call all those. So import URL lib dot request as is same as previous program, comma URL lib dot parse. This is the new one for parsing, comma then for error we are calling its associated module URL lib dot error. Okay, now here we are using URL lib.request.url open. Now we are changing the new URL. Our earlier lectures, we use this website data.pr4e.org. In that romeo.txt, whatever the information contained, that can be displayed. So for iteration, we are reading line by line available in the file romeo.txt. That information is stored in f hand. So for line in f hand, then print line.decode by using strip method. Okay, then line wise it displays by splitting. So this is a simple just 3 lines program. We will also run this program. The file name is url lib socket.py. This is the file name. Let us open this file and run the program. So in our ideally, so here open, that file name is url, check it once, url lib socket. This is the file name. Yeah, this is the program what we explained. So here what is the output you will get? In that URL data.pr4e.org/romeo.txt, whatever the information, that data is stripped and displayed line by line. So let us run and see the output. Click on run module or F5. Here you can see. So this is the data available in romeo.txt. So line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, 4 lines. These are all stripped. So you want to see really in this URL this data is available or not. So go to your program once. So let us copy that URL. From program you can copy, that is image actually. Here this one you can copy. Open any browser. For example, here I am opening. Then you can paste that URL. Here you can see data.pr4e.org/romeo.txt. This is the information available. So this information is displayed through our program using url lib request method. So all the lines are displayed by iterating, by using the iteration method for loop. Okay, there is the example 2. We have another example also. The same URL lib. Okay, now in this what we are doing, the same program, same as previous example. Here you can see url lib dot request is there, url lib parser method is there, url lib error method is there. The same URL we have taken, that is opening using URL open data.pr4e.org/romeo.txt. Here we are splitting that data into dictionary. So along with key value pair combination, along with their counts, word wise how many times it occurred. So here we are calling dictionary using dict is the method of dictionary. That result is stored in counts. Then again using iteration for loop, from the romeo.txt data we are reading line wise, word wise. For line in f hand, that romeo.txt data is stored in f hand. Then we are finding the words using the previous one line dot decoding. Then we are splitting decode dot split. Then for word in words, that means if any word is repeated, then we are displaying the counts of word equal to counts dot get of word comma 0 plus 1. Suppose any word is repeated previously, initially let us assume its count is 0, then one time it occurred, then 0 plus 1, two times it is occurred, 1 plus 1, like that. So like that for each and every word counts are displayed. Then finally it prints counts. Okay, let us run this program and see the output. Here our file name is urlloads.py. Let us open ideally open that file name urlloads.py. This is the file name. This is the program what we explained just now. Okay, here the output is same in romeo.txt. Whatever the data available here, you can see we already seen. So now what is the output of this program? After running this program, what we will get here, line wise it displays dictionary format like key colon value, key colon value pair combination. It is displayed here. Each word, suppose but is there, how many times but is repeated? Suppose here only one time it is there, but colon 1. Then soft, how many times it is repeated? Only one time, soft colon 1. Then for example, what how many times is it repeated? What is only one time, what colon 1. Let us check any word repeated more than once. For example, and you can see and 1, here 2. So I think 2 times. Now here also 3 times, and is repeated 3 times. Then and colon 3 you will get. Like each word wise, it displays its counts in the form of key colon value pair combination. Let us run this program and check the output. Click on run module. Here you can see. So whatever we explained. So in the form of dictionary, this complete data is in the form of dictionary. In a dictionary, each combination is key colon value. Here key is the word from the romeo.txt, value is its counter. So but is repeated only once, that's why its counter is 1. So one we have checked, that is and. So where is and? Here you can see 3 times it repeated, we already verified. See here and colon, its value is 3. So like each word, how many times it is occurred in the romeo.txt, that count is displayed in the form of dictionary. So dictionary means key colon value pair combination. Each and every combination is like a key colon value. This is the output. Okay, this is the third program by using URL lib library to make HTTP request. Okay, then finally you can see the last method, HTTP requests. To make HTTP requests in Python, we can use the popular requests library directory, requests library. So the request library, what it provides, a convenient and user-friendly application programming interface for making HTTP requests and handling responses. To install the requests library before running the program, we can install by using pip install space request. You can go to, suppose if you are using Python ideally, you can go to command prompt. In command prompt, you can use this statement for installation of a request package using pip method, pip space install space request. So any package initially you are using in your program, if it is not already installed, if you want to install, you can use pip space install space your package name. So here for request package, so I have to install pip space install space request. So in my system, I already installed using this one. So by using the request library, we can easily make HTTP request and process the response in our Python program. Let us see the example program. Okay, this is the example program related to the Python library HTTP requests. So here import request I already installed. If it is not installed earlier, whenever you can use import request, whenever you can run the program, you will get error. Okay, I already done this one. So directly I am using in my program import request Then same remaining everything is same as our first program, that is HTTP library using its client http dot client, the new name used in version 3 and above. So import request, then you have to make an HTTP GET request using request set request dot get. So the same URL we are using for our reference. Earlier we have seen the output https colon //www.cbt.ac.in. Okay, here we made an HTTP GET request using the new package requests dot get. Then print the response status code using the same the module name response dot here status underscore code. For the status code, this is the method we will use here response dot status underscore code. Then print the response headers. So response dot header directly you can call in the print statement. Then print the response body of that page response dot txt. Use this method in print statement directly. For separation purpose, we made headings here. Here print status code within quotation we have included. This is the comment. This will be displayed as the heading in our output. Then print the response header. We have made heading as the headers. So in that method response dot headers above this heading is displayed. Then print the response body using the method response dot txt. In the above the comment is response is displayed as the heading. Okay, let us run this program and see the output lively. So here the file name is http request.py. Open your Python ideally. So the previous output file, close it. You can open the new file automatically, other program. So the file name is http request. HTTP request is the file name. Open it. This is the program what we explained just now. Here we are using the third library to make HTTP request. So the library name is requests. Remaining all are same here. Okay, let us run. Click on run module. Here you can see. Here first we called status code. For the first program we used status code with the same URL. So there we got 200 the same. Here you can see. The first line is status code. So status code is 200. The second line what we are printing here, printing headers using response dot headers method. Here you can see these are all the headers of that URL, that cv80 .ac.in. Here you can see here when that was so retrieved that date. So now today's date is in my system what it is showing 10th December 2023. So here you can see date Sunday 10th December. Here 17:30 that is GMT, the time zone with GMT it is showing. By default whatever the country selected. Okay, this part is the headers related. Then what we are printing next, response.txt, response of the URL cv80.ac.in. Here you can see in our first program we have seen the same URL 2683 line, the same. If you want to see all the lines, you can right click on view. You can maximize if you want. Here you can see this is the response HTML code of that URL, whatever we have taken in our program, total 2683 lines. The complete HTML code of the URL, whatever. So this is the output of this program. So that is the use of HTTP request package for making HTTP request. This is the output what we have seen. Okay, now finally you can recall once. For making HTTP easier, we used HTTP library in Python. We used URL lib library in Python. Then we used HTTP request package in Python. The three packages with example programs are demonstrated till now. Then finally, coming to how to read web pages. Till now, we retrieved the information from the given URL of a particular website by making HTTP request. There we displayed the response code, the headers information, then the response data through HTTP using HTTP lib URL lib HTTP request. We displayed this information, that is HTTP console data. Now we want to see the HTML code of a particular web page. You want to read the HTML code of a particular web page. So that we will call it as reading web pages. Let us see one example program for this. Here directly the earlier program, whatever, with some modification. Let us see this program. Okay, reading web pages example. Here import URL lib dot request. Then using the parser module URL lib dot parse. Then if any errors, for handling those errors, this is the module related URL lib dot error. Okay, URL lib dot request dot URL open. So we are calling one particular website, for example www.dr-chuck.com oblique page1.htm. So this URL page1.html code you want to display. So you can read that page1.htm using for loop for each and every line, for line in f hand. Then you can print using the decode method, and you can strip line wise. It separates simply 1, 2, 3, 3 lines. If you can exclude print statement, just 4 lines program. Okay, let us before going to this one, let us open that URL used in this program. Let us see its page1.html code. Okay, the file name is reading web pages.py. Open this file first. Close the previous program outputs. So here the file name is reading web pages. Open it. Reading web page.py. First, you can open this URL. What you will get? Let us see. Open any browser. Copy that URL. Here you can see. So page1.htm, this is actually the front end of this page. So the first page is the heading, then some para information. If you like, you can switch to second page. Here, second page hyperlink is given. So if you want to see its HTML code, you can click on right click, then click on inspect. Here you can see this is the HTML code of this part. Here HTML head, then body, under body h1 heading, the first page. Yeah, inside what you are having. If you like, you can switch to the using anchor tag. Here A stands for anchor tag. So which connects to the next link, that is hyperlink is created. So href equal to www.drchuck.com oblique page 2. It is redirected to page 2 with anchor tag. So this HTML code is displayed whenever you can run our current program. Yeah, let us run and check. click on run module. Yeah, let us see. So this is the HTML code of the web page www.dr-chuck.com/page1.htm. So this is the HTML page of that particular given URL page. Yeah, the same we already seen directly by opening that URL by inspecting its information. Then here HTML code is displayed the same. This one HTML body, here you can see. So with the heading, it is showing inside H1 the first page, this one. Then under paragraph, it is showing if you like switch to a href equal to this line, then ending the para. So this is the HTML code of the given URL in our program. Like that, we can read any web page. So using the same URL lib package. Why? Because here we use parser. So first you have to open that URL, then you can decode it, then you can stream. So then automatically it displays our HTML code of whatever the URL we have given. Okay, that is about reading web pages. And nothing is new. The same as previous methods only. Here, whatever the HTML page you can display, it opens its HTML code. Yeah, that's all about retrieving web pages and reading web pages as part of web programming. So finally, in next upcoming lecture, we will discuss the last topic related to web programming, that is how to parse web pages or how to parse HTML or web scraping. What is web scraping? So this we will discuss in next upcoming lectures. Till then, stay tuned for latest updates.